Dear shorthand writers, this is English shorthand dictation number 77 and the dictation speed is 120 words per minute. Ready? Start. Sir, a substantial contribution to the discussion was made by my friend Dr. Ambedkar. He said he has no objection to the other paragraphs of the resolution except paragraph 3, which has left out the word group. Sir, in this connection, I have to make an appeal to him. The objection to the omission of the word group need not be taken seriously because we have stated nothing in the resolution against grouping. That very fact keeps the matter of grouping wide open. At this stage, I would refer my friend Dr. Ambedkar to paragraph 19(5) of the Cabinet Missions scheme, wherein it has been specially stated that the sections are to decide whether any group constitution shall be set up. We know that the Working Committee of the Indian National Congress gave an alternative proposal regarding this. The Cabinet Mission criticized this proposal of the Working Committee and their comments are in para 14(2). Under this scheme, if the provinces wish to take part in any economic and administrative planning on a large scale, they would cede to the centre optional subjects in addition to the compulsory ones mentioned by them. Having stated the position taken up by the Working Committee of the Indian National Congress, the Cabinet Mission offers its comments. The mission says it would be very difficult to work a central executive and legislature in which some ministers who deal with compulsory subjects are responsible to the whole of India, while other ministers who deal with optional subjects would be responsible only to those provinces. With this objection, the Cabinet Mission has ruled out the suggestion offered by the Working Committee. It will be very difficult for small provinces to rise to their full stature if they do not have the guidance of the centre. In this connection, I am not referring to section B and C. I am referring to section A, where provinces like Orissa, Bihar, Central Province, Madras, and the rest are concerned. The Congress acceptance of the division of India into linguistic provinces means the creation of a number of small provinces. A number of small provinces like Orissa, Kerala, Karnataka, and the like will be put to the greatest handicap if they have to make their own administrative and economic plans. Under these circumstances, it may be that their provinces will cede all the connected powers to the centre. There is thereafter no reason why there should be any objection. These and many other such considerations may come up later on in sections. If the door is open without being shut, it is for such proposals which may be made later on. Under these circumstances, I believe my honorable friend Dr. Ambedkar will see that it was not with any ulterior purpose that the word group was omitted. It is done to afford opportunity to those provinces who come under Group A. I believe this explanation will satisfy Dr. Ambedkar and he will have no objection to the omission of the word group. In the resolution that has been moved, the honorable mover has very frankly placed all his cards on the table. There is no hide and seek. All the points are placed so that the provinces will find it convenient to see at a glance. I see that the Secretary of the State's Negotiating Committee has made a statement objecting to this resolution. Their objections are based on 2 points. The first is that they object to the term independent sovereign republic. Secondly, their objection is centered around the fact that power derives from the people. They would not admit that power is derived from the people in the Indian states. Sir, paragraph 14 of the Cabinet Mission's statement lays down that after the withdrawal of Britain, paramountcy disappears. In Great Britain, it has been recognized by statutes that power emanates from the people. Parliament derives its power from the people of Britain, and the same Parliament is exercising the power of paramountcy. That being the position, I do not see any reason why the state rulers and their representatives should object to these expressions. After the withdrawal of Britain, there is no reason for anyone to think that India would think any other form of state than a republic. A republic does not necessarily mean the wiping of the states. That apprehension is unfounded. The Cabinet Mission's statement lays down that these are left to negotiations. Frankly, there is no reason for any apprehensions. They have appointed their negotiating committee, and we have to appoint our committee. The whole thing is thus left to negotiation. Having said so much about the resolution, I come to the question of certain statements made in the House of Commons. Sir, you know that a discussion on India has been thrust on the British Parliament by the Conservative Party. The leader of that party and a number of other important members of the party have contributed to the discussion, although both Labour and the Liberals stated that a discussion at this stage was unfortunate. Sir, important members of the Conservative Party have stated that this is a caste Hindu constituent assembly. I am very glad that the representatives of the minority communities in India have already given their reply to this unwarranted suggestion, and I hope that other representatives of minorities will speak to give a decent burial to this suggestion, which has been manufactured for consumption at home and for foreign consumption and propaganda. We have in this great assembly not only the representatives of the Hindu population of the Hindu majority provinces, but also the representatives of Hindu minorities in Muslim majority provinces. We have also the representatives of the scheduled castes, Christians, Sikhs, Parsis, Anglo-Indians, and of tribal and partially excluded areas. We have amongst us the representatives of the great Muslim community, barring the leaders of the Muslim League. Under these circumstances, it is most unfair and unfortunate to call and to utilize the forum of the British Parliament for foreign propaganda that this great assembly is a caste Hindu institution. Much has been made in the speeches in Parliament on the score of minorities. I should like to know a country which has no minorities. Even England has got her own minorities. Are the Welsh not a minority? Are the Scots not a minority? The Welsh people are of a different race and language and are distinctly separate from Britain. Even in the USA and USSR, we have got linguistic and racial minorities. Under these circumstances, it is unfair for the conservative leaders in England to carry on propaganda against this country and the Constituent Assembly. It has been clearly seen that Mr. Jinnah and Mr. Churchill have become strange friends. My own surprise is that a statesman like Mr. Jinnah should have fallen into the trap of conservatives, and particularly that of Mr. Churchill. Everyone knows, and the history reveals, how the Conservative Party has made use of persons and institutions in every dependent country. That being the position, it is easy for Mr. Jinnah to realize how he and the League have been made use of by the British Conservatives. Therefore, it remains for us to see who utilizes whom and to what extent. Let us hope that the Conservatives pay in the long run, to find to their surprise that they and they alone pay in the long run, and Mr. Jinnah comes out sane and sober.